by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome here to True Sim Productions. It's now time for the Cricket Line Racing Super Late Model Series presented by USAFirearms.com. I want to thank USAFirearms.com for coming on board to sponsor the series. As New Hampshire tonight for 85 laps. We actually got the sponsorship for tonight's race. It is the Race Chatter 85 at New Hampshire. So a little bit bigger track than what these boys are accustomed to with these cars. We're going to see how that all shakes out. As qualifying is already underway. We saw Jason Day turning some laps here. As we'll get our side ticker up for you momentarily, where you can see where your favorite drivers are qualifying. As Jason Day's holding down provisional pole, Chance Sapp and Brandon Mettler all have completed a lap as well. As a really big track for these cars. They're turning about a 30-second lap time. As Jason Day just got knocked off provisional pole and did not get a little quicker. So Chris Carroll on the first lap was quickest so far tonight. Gonna see what he can do right here for lap number 2. As Chris Carroll's second lap got a little quicker. Not much, but a little bit quicker out of the 99. Jump on board with Caleb B. Thompson here. Caleb's running a little bit higher arc. Try to get all the power down as you can. Get all the momentum here for lap number 2. That's going to put him up to P3 on the board for the 04 machine. That concludes his timed laps. Looks like Larry Belsky's coming to the line for lap number 1 right here. See what he can do in the number 43 Pit Lizard Performance machine. As lap number 1, a little bit off the pace. P8, P9 now as Alex C. Harris gets quicker. So Larry Bell's going to look to capitalize on the time he has right here. See what he can do as he barrels off into 3 and 4 down the backstretch. At a track like this, it's going to be tough to pass. Qualifying, it's at a premium here tonight. You want to qualify as high up the field as you can. Oh, Bell had to actually lift a little bit to stay off the outside wall, as Larry Bell's second lap was actually a little quicker. Not enough to move up on the speed charts, as the 29 of Zach Murphy just takes over P3 from Alex C. Harris. Get a clip of, or a picture of the points up right here. That way we can see how it's all shaking out, because we are 5 races into this season, 15 races for the season. It'll be a little hard to see. We can make it all the way about right there. You see Brian Zimmerman sitting top of the charts with Jason Day sitting right there behind him. He is currently 27 points behind the leader. So Brian Zimmerman, he's been the man to beat all season long. Picked up 2 race wins, got 5 top 5s, 5 top 10s, and 5 races. So Zimmerman, he's been putting it to him. He does not get to qualify. He won last week at the Rock, so he starts in the back. That's going to have to allow Jason Day, Alex C. Harris, Zach Murphy, Caleb B. Thompson, all of them to try to gain a few spots, gain a few points, on our points leader, Brian Zimmerman, coming into tonight. As Alex C. Harris, look at that, missed the race last week, was actually down in Daytona for the Cup Series race. So Alex has only done 4 races, but still sitting 5th in the points. Got 2 race wins, 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s. As I believe it's about that time now, ladies and gentlemen. Get that grid rocking and rolling. We'll get the points off our screen. Let's get that grid pulled up. It looks like Chris Carroll, he held it down. He takes away the USA Firearms.com pole award. Jason Day is going to be firing off to his outside in number 52, 5 Kings Motorsports. With Zach Murphy starting inside, row number 2. Alex E. Harris, number 74, firing off to his outside, starting 4th. Caleb B. Thompson just missed out of the top 4, but starting in the 5th place spot. With Brandon Mettler starting in 6th. Chance Sapp, newcomer to the series, going to see what he can do for his number 16. He's firing off 7th with Daniel Sweat, Mr. Evil Knievel, rolling off right beside him, outside, row number 4. Anthony Rennick, number 23. I'm going to say it almost every time. Super excited to have Anthony back out here with us. We're rolling off 9th with Larry Bell playing gatekeeper, top 10, representing Pit Lizard Performance. Jeffrey Miller, stoked to have him back as well. Going off 11th with the kid, Brody Mears, starting in 12th. As we scroll on down, 13th, it says Brian Zimmerman, but we know that is not true. 14th, Brad Carpenter, number 31. Kyle, the Wildman Wellman, starting 15th. Chris Clark is 16th. Hunter Lagoons playing shotgun to the field in 17th, as I'm not even sure Hunter's out there on track. So it may possibly be only 16 drivers, but that is just enough to have some good time. Folks, bear with me for a minute. I am going to try something here momentarily. A peek behind the curtain of what iracing looks like for all the fans. Volume up just a bit. And I do apologize for that. Folks, while we're waiting for this pace car, the Ford Mustang, to get rolling, hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We are live pretty much 7 nights out of the week. And if you missed it this past weekend, Race Chatter, it debuted for season number 2. It's our live video podcast show. We recap all things True Sim Productions over on Race Chatter. Now, I will let you know, it is not safe for work. 4-letter words, they get said, and they get said probably too often. But we have a good time. Check us out, Race Chatter, here on TSP. Hit the subscribe button. You'll never miss a single lap of the action. That still is going to be in the hands of Barney Fife Jr., the flagman up top. Chris Carroll, Jason Day, that's your first row. Zach Murphy, Alex C. Harris. Row number 2. Which lane will prevail? Now remember, this is a bigger style track. A little bit of draft's going to come into play tonight. Maybe not a ton. It ain't going to be like Daytona or Talladega, but will be a little bit of draft properties out here. I don't think we're ever going to see the leader actually be able to check out on the field, just because of the way the draft works. But now, with it being a bigger style track, usually you think that means multiple grooves. And although I think we will have drivers running multiple lanes tonight, it's going to be tough to pass no matter where you're at. So which lane will prevail here? As green flag is out, Chris Carroll actually spun the tires a little bit. You see the cars behind him snaking, all just kind of veering out to the left. That tells me they got on the power, spun the tires. That's going to allow Jason Day, Maple Leaf Muscle, to take the race lead as he's getting out of turn number 2 and down the backstretch for the first time tonight. As look at the guys, they scatter. I'm hearing guys maybe go around. Larry Bell just got out of the groove, got up and got into the outside wall. The heartbreak for Larry Bell, just lost a few spots. Jason Day does not want to see a caution. Look at Brandon Mettler down to the low side apron of the track. Want to see what he can do in that number 15. He's got places to be. He's doing battle right now with Alex C. Harris right there to his outside. Brandon Mettler, what a ballsy move out of that number 15. Bam, racing video, Chevy Camaro. Looks like he's still doing battle with the 74. Who's going to win the battle? Looks like the 74 gets clear of the 15 for now. Look back up front, Maple Leaf Muscle leading the train around. As a veteran, though, right there on the back bumper, the 99 of Chris Carroll. I heard they could only go about 45 to 48 laps on fuel. So there will be a pit stop tonight. Drivers do have one set of tires laying in the pits as well. As Jason Day cannot get away from Chris Carroll. Let's jump on board with Maple Leaf Muscle. See if we can hear how he is working the throttle. Hard out of the gas, gotta let the car roll for a little bit. And slowly, gradually starting to pick the throttle up. So Jason Day's looking very, very smooth out here. And then in that number 52, Five Kings Motorsports Chevy Camaro. Looks like Alex C. Harris getting a little racy here on the outside of the 99. I got in super late, so I really don't know which lane is the dominant lane here. It looks like the middle is basically where you want to be at. We saw Mettler go down low and then also go down even lower than low, but was not able to make it stick in the 15 and get the spot. Looks like everybody's comfortable right there in the middle of the track. And oh, Mettler, little shot to the back end of the 74. Got to be careful when the speeds are high like this. As we're seeing Evel Knievel, Caleb B. Thompson both getting to the outside wall coming out turn 2. As Alex C. Harris is putting the pressure on the 99, but he feels the pressure as well. Riding on the back deck lid of Alex C. Harris. Looking back to the 15 and the 29, Zach Murphy on the low line, Brandon Mettler on the high side. As Brandon, he's currently just searching, trying to find anywhere he can get an advantage over the 74. Actually got to the outside of the 74 here now. The 74 made a mistake. If he allows Mettler to get to his outside, as 74 is trying to make a pass over Chris Carroll. As Mettler trying to fill the hole. Keep the 74 pinched down to the bottom of the track. As we ride with a drone shot here, provided to you from True Sim Productions as always. As these two have almost stolen the show, they just continue to be side by side. Alex C. Harris working that wheel. As you hear Alex really having to wait on it. He cannot use all of the track. He can't exit out to the wall. Why? Well, he has a car to his outside. But see, you allowed the 15 to get to his outside when he was trying to make a pass over on the 99. I think that 74 is going to lose not only one spot, but maybe two if Zach Murphy, 29, can fill in the gap as well, and it looks like he's going to. Then we saw guy back there get a little squirrely. Anthony Rennick behind teammate Daniel Sweat. That Sweat's trying to make a move over Caleb in the 04. We saw the 04 and the 07 both kiss the outside wall ever so slightly off turn 2. And Brian Zimmerman, the points leader and the most recent winner in the series, trying to make some headway and start picking off some drivers. But he's made up some room. He's up 8 spots since he hit the grid. So the 28 car, it can make passes. But every car he passes, they're getting faster and faster. So if 28 is up for the task, or is the 28 going to elect to kind of conserve some tire right now? Conserve a little bit of fuel. I mean, the cards are in his hand. When you're starting to back like that, you got 2 options. You push like hell, try to get to the front, or you save like crazy and hope you can make something happen off the strategy side. As oh no, trouble for the 91. The In-N-Out burger machine. We'll see what happened as was down off the racing surface. Like the car unloads and just gets loose on him, and once it does, oh no, he just got down. The wall got tight. Maybe he has broken suspension components. Hits the wall on the inside, the guardrail as well. Maybe looking at significant damage for the 91. Bringing it down pit road for unscheduled pit stop. That's Chris Carroll. Surrendered second place to the 15 of Brandon Mettler. So 5 Kings Motorsports. Jason Day, Brandon Mettler holding down 1-2 right now. The other 5 Kings driver, Kyle the Wildman Wellman. He is doing race control for us, I believe. As he is in the admin channel. But right now, guys, we started 17 cars. Ken Sapp has also went down for an unscheduled pit stop for the number 16. Got loose, smacked the wall. See Mr. Lucky Dog coming high right there. Jeffrey Miller, super excited to have that guy back. He is the salt of the earth. As we head back up front, looks like Jason Day is starting to get a little pressure. Starting to feel a little pressure from the teammate. And we are also joined by the Wildman Kyle Wellman, elected to do race control, but right now there's no need for race control, huh? They're minding their business and keeping their hands to themselves, it looks like.
Yeah, I expected a few other drivers to take the track, but they didn't, so I stayed up in race control, thinking they would join, but, you know, been pretty interesting race, having great side-by-side battles with Alex and Brandon Mettler there for a little bit, and Brandon's worked his way up into second place.
For a good 8 to 9 laps, Mettler and Harris did battle. I actually watched it the whole time. I click off and come back, and Mettler's in second, so I just missed it when he finally made the pass. Go figure. But right now, he's actually putting pressure on the 52, and we know fuel is an issue. They can only go about 45 laps, so I don't know what the best plan is here. Do you ride because you know you got to pit, or do you do what Mettler's doing right now and attack?
I'm not sure what the fuel mileage is, but I did just see last lap Brody Mears came off pit road, so maybe he's got a strategy. If he can make it the rest of the way, maybe gain some ground on these guys when they come in and pit.
I'm trying to see what happened with Brody, and it looks like he just went down pit road. So I think it was a call.
He's really loose right now, almost getting into Daniel Sweat.
As he's up there in the marbles right now. Got last week's winner Brian Zimmerman also trying to make a pass. So Brody Mears, let me see if I can pull up his side ticker for 1 second and get it to where it's actually working correctly.
Yeah, it looks like Brody's in 12th, 1 lap down.
There we go. I apologize. Yes, so he lost 1 lap going down pit side.
It looks like a Chance Sapp is also 1 lap down. Maybe he came in and pit.
He has went in for pit road as well. We watched him get a little loose. He got loose and smacked the wall. I think it was a repairing some damage for Chance. Like,
tell you what I'm seeing. Out of 4, they're loose, but out of 2, they're like a tight loose. The nose is going towards the wall, and the rear end's coming around on them. So
it's a scary feeling when you're on these corners coming out of turn 2 or turn 4, because you're almost throttled down completely, right? You're trying to get that car to rotate. And when you're in the throttle and that nose just keeps going straight, it's like a snowplow, right? I mean, turn a snowplow, it ain't going to really turn. It's going to keep on plowing forward. Same here when those front tires turn. Now look at Chris Carroll starting to battle back. I think he surrendered second back to Mettler earlier just so he could ride. And it looks like he's ready to race now as we're taking lap number 21. As he's bad sideways. Left some black marks on the road, on the track. I'll get it eventually.
Yeah, I think he's seen Brandon Mettler make some good moves up towards the front, and he just laid back, saved his tires, see what Brandon was doing, and now he's going to try it. Looks like he almost gets clear. He's not going to take it. Now he is.
I'm sharing my screen for you in Discord. I'm going to jump on board here with Chris Carroll. I want you to kind of talk about what he's feeling here, because you are a fellow driver. You see he's getting pretty loose, so give us a lap around New Hampshire in the mind of Chris. What's happening here?
All right, going into turn 1 here. I'm not too familiar with this track, how it handles in these cars, but I think his goal is just to try and keep it above that bottom lane. That bottom lane is what's called progressive banking. So that bottom lane is banked less than the higher grooves are. So it whole lot less grip down there, and if you hit that edge, it'll really send you up the track. But sometimes, like you see here, it helps him turn on exit a little bit. As he's getting really loose on exit, wheeling and dealing, just trying to maintain that gap between Jason Day.
Absolutely. Every time you see him turn that wheel to the right, he's catching it. That car's loose. It feels like it's slipping out from underneath him, basically. But look right here. He's catching this slide. He's pushing it out right to the wall. Got to be careful with that, because one step over, boom, you're into the outside wall and pretty hard contact as well if you ain't careful.
But even though he slid sideways there on exit, he still gained ground on Jason Day. Jason's loose right there too.
Now let's jump on board with Jason and compare the wheel difference here. Carroll was a little bit more stalling, and I say that as not a knock or anything. He's more input into the wheel. Looks like Day's a little bit smoother, still having to catch the car though.
Well, if you notice too, Day has his offset more to the right. Ooh, we got a caution on track.
Ooh, yellow out on the track. It may be Champ Sap is what I'm seeing.
It looks like Murphy might have fallen back a lot too. I have to go back and look at it real quick.
If we can get it pulled up on our end. Chance Sap does not have a right front tire. But he was sitting there for a little bit. Oh, he was not the caution. Chance was not. Check about Murphy here.
Ooh, yeah, him and Alex both smacked the wall. All right. I'm going to mute myself real quick. Go do some race control stuff.
That's heartbreak for Zach Murphy here. Gets tight, gets into the outside wall, but the main thing I want to see, Alex, looks like Alex hit him after the crash. Did he hit him before the 29 got into the wall? I don't think so. Look like 29's loose. He's catching the car. He's loose tight. He's just pushing out to the wall. He's trying to get it loaded up and slow down. And right there, Alex gets a little bit of nose damage. But I don't think that will hurt him. Ooh, that's pretty significant actually. On a bigger style track like this, that could absolutely be affecting the handling of the way that car is going to feel, at least. Now we'll get to watch for the choose cone. I wish I had a camera set up for it. That'd be sweet. As we might. We'll see what this camera does for it. Comes on around. Like, got that lucky dog, and he's got the top dog spot. Jeffrey Miller sitting P1. Lucky dog's the top dog. As he's going to surrender the race lead, as Chris Carroll got off a pit road faster than Jason Day. I wish I knew when choose cone was starting. Maybe this time around. If it is, it's simple, folks. At the start-finish line, if they're high, they want the high side. If they're low, they want the low side. Now, the wild man, Kyle Wellman, he's watching up in the sky. If you're straddling right in the middle, if it ain't obvious whether you're high or low at the line, you could be subject to a black flag penalty here.
All right, Tanner, they're coming to the choose this time at the start-finish line.
Going this time by, folks. Got the camera. It's going to swivel around for us. We do have a camera for it. We can see where most of them go. As if I'm Chris Carroll, I'm kind of inclined to pick the outside lane, but I'm a little nervous about it.
I think either lane could work, honestly.
Well, he's been in this position before. He started out as a race leader. Day was on his outside, and Day wrestled the lead away from him. My thoughts. Let's see where he goes. As he went high, Jason Day went low. Mettler goes low. Harris high. Demi high. As it's almost been split, but just backwards. They almost all went where they were supposed to go, opposite of where they were supposed to go. But Jason Day elected to take the inside lane, starting on that front row. But now remember, folks, Chris Carroll, 99, he is the control car here.
I tell you what, Larry Bell's going to gain a few spots here by picking the inside lane.
But it looks like the inside lane is where people really didn't want to be at, huh? They wanted to be to that outside lane.
I think if you're first, you go inside just because you're going to get the jump. But yeah, if you're behind them, you want that outside lane unless you're going to gain a lot of positions.
This looks like the inside lane cannot get the power down enough to actually make the pass. Although we have seen some passes down the low line. Metler did some. Demi did some. But I don't know if you're going to pass Chris Carroll on the low line here.
Also, I'm wondering how many people took 2 tires versus 4 here.
Yeah, it's hard with these super lates.
Whoa, that's a... Chris Carroll was leading that, right?
Chris Carroll was the leader. It was his
Oh.
option when he went. Jason Day was asleep on the gears, and we got a caution out again, folks.
Anthony Rennick called that one.
Anything happened? Try to get it pulled up on our end here. Happened for the fans. Oh, got in the back of Larry Bell. You can't make it up.
Oh, man.
You can't make it up, and I can't believe that was a caution. Larry Bell's gonna get penalized, or no, it won't be. Larry won't get penalized there, will it? Just Anthony will get.
That'll be Anthony. Yep.
Let's ride on board with Larry here. Goes into turn 1, and wheels come off the ground, and oh man, when they land, it's a little loosey goosey. You saw right there, Larry Bell. Hell of a save though by the old man. So now we watched Jason Day take the low line last time. He was second. He had the opportunity for the first front row. He took it. Now he's third. Alex Harris is going to get to pick second after our leader. I think our leader is, it almost chiseled it in stone. He's going to the high side, I believe. And what would Alex do? Alex went to the high side to follow the race leader earlier, but he had to. What's he going to do now? As getting an update from Chance Sapp. Folks, it's a doozy. My headset died because the plug wasn't plugged in. I've done that with my phone. Go to bed at night. Need your phone. I need my phone for work, right? Go to bed at night. And put your phone on charge on your nightstand. Anything's on charge. You wake up the next day and it's on 13% because it didn't charge at all. Been there, done that. Hate that for you, Chance. Tough break there. And I want to give y'all an insight of what Jason Day and Brandon Metler are doing. You see them down there on the apron, right? They're running where people have not been running all night. Why? Pull their tires off. The track is naturally cooler down there. Like Kyle's still doing race control duties. As I am not sure if this will be a double file start or a single file start.
All right, they're going to be choosing this time by.
On this time by, so I was wondering if it was going to be single or double. We're doubling them up. Get it. Now, if you're, I said this when you were deafened, let me ask you, you're Jason Day, or you're Alexi Harris, excuse me. Do you take the high side again here behind Carroll? Or do you got to almost take the front row, don't you?
I think you just got to take the front row. I think you go. I think if you're Jason, you know you're faster than Alex, but Alex is also really fast on the high side. So I don't know. It's tough. That's what I love about the choose cone is you just never know until you're right there.
Carroll goes high. Alex goes high. Gives the front row to Jason Day. Metler decided against it. He went up high this time. That's going to allow Brian Zimmerman to go from 9th place all the way up to 4th, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody wanted that inside lane, and he said, I'll take it. I like it.
The thing I didn't think about either is the top 5, yeah, the whole top 5 are all teammates basically right now. They're all in the same Discord, so they're gonna get probably get a countdown and try to give each other a little bit of room without giving up too many spots to each other. So
Race people in your Discord channel differently. That is for certain.
yep, you still race them, just
Right.
not as hard as you would someone else.
It don't even matter if it's your biggest enemy sitting in a Discord channel with you. You're gonna race him a little bit more polite than you will somebody else. See if
Yep.
Day can get up on the wheel this time.
Good
as
start by Chris.
Chris has gotten
Day-
two great launches.
Day got a good start compared to Alex, so he might be able to throw it in there and clear him on exit, maybe.
He's got to come up right there, though. He's got to hawk the 74th momentum here on exit.
Yep. Alex had a good run, but
Oh, Dave's gonna give
Jason
it to
Day's
him.
going to be nice.
Yeah, Dave gave it to him. And there, once again, we're talking about your racing teammates right now, right? What's the etiquette to race a teammate? Nobody knows it, right? It's $1 million question.
Zimmy and Brandon Miller getting tight there off of 4. Man, they're door to door. This is awesome racing.
I'm not so sure if Five Kings Motorsports not getting ready to have a few junk cars because they're all on top of each other. One
They
small
got-
mistake and you got a big one happening right here.
Yeah, I'm assuming they all still have somewhat fresh tires, so they're going to be cool. Still a little loose on exit, probably.
Look at
So they got to take care of those.
Chris Carroll's loving this. He says, boys, y'all get side by side and race it out. This is allowing him to skate away pretty comfortably.
Chris is running that line that I found in practice, just entering a little high, not too high, and then just diamonding the corner and cutting it all the way to the bottom. You get a huge run on exit doing that if you can keep it straight.
He is. He's venturing up way higher than anybody has all night long.
Oh, Alex and Day side by side, sideways with each other. How about Daniel Sweat up there in 6th place? He's just sitting back, waiting for
Watching.
one of these gaggles of cars to mess up.
Yep, he's just watching. Now, folks, they can't make it still. They was not in their fuel window when they pit. I don't believe. 40. Oh, they were close. Yes.
It's close.
They might be able to save it. I don't know, though. That's all
Oh, man. Metler real loose and pushy out of 2.
the worst feeling ever in a race car, huh?
Oh, there's nothing that you can really do to counteract that while you're sliding and pushing.
Right. And as a driver, there's nothing you can do to fix it either. It's just that's what
Nope.
the car is. So
Sp-
tight, it's loose.
Yeah. At that point, I'd just start trying to wear out that right rear. Zimmy with a great move in front of Metler to
Got
take
to
that
the high
spot.
side. Yeah, got to the high
But
side.
Metler with a great run off the turn.
Metler is
Might
gonna
see
be
a
right there.
crossover here.
Metler drove it off in there fairly deep too. Actually got to the inside of Harris. And Chris Carroll's just loving this, boys. He is loving this. But now Day has gotten clear. Not racing anybody except the clock and the car in front of him now.
They're way deep on the inside there. He's going to clear Alex if Alex doesn't get a good run here.
Well, Alex is
He's
going
gonna
to take care
take-
of him.
Alex loose.
I thought that was going to get caught. I thought Metler was going to be way off the pace compared to 74. 74
Man.
getting loose like that really hurt him. Now he's trying to drive it in deep. Alex is. He's going to pay the price for it. Actually, as the 07 now gets to his inside as well, the 74 is going backwards.
I'm just wondering if maybe he burned up a little tire or if he's just laying back to save some. Daniel Sweat with a great move to the inside to jump up in front of Alex.
As we have another battle going on for P3. Brian Zimmerman, last week's winner, trying to go back-to-back. Started dead last, up to P4, working on P3.
I'm wondering if he's going to try and duplicate what I did last week, go from last to second at least. Maybe he can go from 0 to hero tonight.
It's looking like it, but now got to catch this guy up here. This guy right here is checked. He is checked out. He's
Oh, he
definitely
actually got loose.
still loose right there. He's still loose.
Yeah, he's wheeling it. Well, good news is I don't think he only took left side tires this week.
Right?
But I don't know, he's sliding up the track a lot. He might still be burning that right front off pretty bad.
15 to 28.
Zimmy
checking.
clears the 15.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Oh, and they were going to go
Oh,
three
my
wide.
goodness. They're still trying to
Oh, man.
get our blood pressure going. As Mellis
Mellors-
says, UPS is on the way, drives it down to the apron once again. He did it earlier at work.
He's got a good strategy. He might lose some time on exit here, but that means he's going to keep Zimmy to the bottom on the entry
Right.
3 and not allow him to get that power down. So it's a good tactic. It's just he's the only one that's tried it so far. See, he'll get a good run here. Might be able to clear. No, Zimmy had good power on exit there. They're both being pressured right now by Daniel Sweat.
And Daniel Sweat just wants one lane to prevail so he can go with them. Because they are still side by side, giving each other plenty of room down the back stretch. Hell, Sweat can get in there and make that thing 3 wide, and they still got plenty of room. So they're giving each other room, except right here on exit, it gets a little tight between them. Jason Day all the way down on the apron, underneath the yellow line, trying to get that car to rotate. That tells me he's also really tight. As we were hearing, Kyle, these drivers really complain about, what I heard the most was the car bottoming out. And when it does, it shoots you straight up the track, right? And I think that's what we're seeing here. It was a lot of these guys, they bottom out and boom, they're really tight then.
Yeah, there's just certain parts of the track are pretty bumpy. There's in practice, I was noticing there's some bumps you hit and it throws sparks over your hood.
Wow.
So it's all about learning where those spots are and trying to figure out how to be fast without hitting them.
Or be fast with hitting them, right? Try to find an advantage. Maybe they help rotate the car or something, you know? That's what, I mean, when it comes down to racing like this, everybody's in a fixed setup. They have the same exact setup. What we're seeing right now, the 99's found something. And I believe it's that high line like Wellman hit on a while ago that he was doing in practice. Because he's getting such a massive run on exit.
And all in all, that's what over it. Oh, Mettler, what a great save.
Had it completely yawed out right there. Thought he was going around.
Great save by him. That's a Coke Series save right there.
I bet Daniel Sweat and Zimmerman saw the side number on Mettler's door there.
Yeah, Zimmy takes advantage of it. He's going to have a little bit of cleaner air on his nose now.
This is what
maybe
Zimmy
run down Jason Day.
In regards to the points, he came in with a little bit of a buffer, but now remember there is a drop week that will go in later. So he's got a buffer on the points, but he started dead last. So it looked like it was going to be a down night for points-wise for the 28, and he's battled back and rallied, and he's actually turned that into what can be a great points night now.
If I'm Zimmy right now, I'm praying right now that Brody keeps it on the bottom and just lets him go by, but Brody comes up the track and gets into that middle lane.
Right there, putting dirty air right on the 28.
Yeah.
And now, this could be a blessing for the 28. 28 might be able to use Brody as draft and get up there and actually start catching Jason Day, because that is also starting to shrink the lead that Day had over third place Brian Zimmerman.
You know, I'm wondering if Brody came in, got his last bit of tires, his one set I think they have, and he's hoping for a caution. Get Lucky Dog and be on fresh tires. He might have something for him if that's the case. But he's running that same line Chris and Jason are running right now, so.
Riding on the back of Chris Carroll right here. See, all of them are starting to figure it out. All of them have saw what the 99's doing. They're trying to replicate it now.
Yeah, I think it's too late to try and do that. Now you gotta try and find something different.
Yep, you gotta try to find an advantage over him somewhere. With him running the high line, you're going to be faster on entry. You just got to try to maximize that exit as well as being fast on entry. And that's over racing right there.
Even with Brody being in front of Zimmy, Zimmy's still reeling Jason Day in as he goes to look to the bottom of Brody.
I was saying, I think the 72 might have been giving the 28 some draft there, bringing him a little closer to the 52. Now, he don't need to race him now. They don't need to be side-by-side racing here.
That's Brody. He's going to try and race.
100% the kid. As we say that, and he got up in the outside wall. I don't know if he was letting them by or what.
He's still got a good run, though. He's tucked behind Zimmy now, but he is in front of Brandon Mettler.
We'll talk about Alex here. We talked about him a lot earlier and been fairly quiet since the caution flew. But went backwards there for a little bit, trying to charge back, but still only rolling in P6. Needs to get one more spot to get inside that top 5. If he gets by 1, you can get by a few, because man, oh man, throw a blanket over the top 9 right now. Except for 1, Chris Carroll. He's gone. Do this right here, Kyle. Let's see if I can pull up. Now, if they're green, the numbers are green, that means they was quicker than Chris Carroll on that lap. So 3 out of the last 5 laps, Day has been quicker, and a significant bit quicker on the last lap. Was almost 3/10 faster. Kyle, will you do me a favor? Will you jump down there? Oh,
Ooh, who's on?
Chris Carroll coming down pit road. Now,
Oh,
I think this is a call. I was literally asking you if you would go down there and ask what fuel was like.
I think we found out.
I-
If Chris is pitting, then he's worried about it. So
Yep. Unless something
Chris,
went wrong, but we'll find out
Chris,
real quick.
Chris is good at saving. He finished third last night in the Blazing Pedals Daytona race by saving. Went a whole lot of laps without taking fuel. So if he's worried about it tonight on a short track, as we got more takers right now,
Yep,
looks
he
like
broke the
Daniel
ice.
Sweat and Jason Day.
He broke the ice.
But Master Saver Brian Zimmerman, he's leading now. He's going to get a bonus point for leading that lap.
He's been in the pack all night too, so he could have been secretly saving. How many more laps can he go? Mettler trying to do everything he can to bring out a yellow. Him and Brody Mears. Brody's still up here racing these guys. You gotta love to see it. Mettler don't love to see it. He's frustrated right now with it. And Brody's doing nothing wrong because he's racing right.
I tell you what, Chris didn't take much fuel because he came out in front of the leaders, and that's actually going to hurt them if they have to pit because they're going to have to take more fuel than he did. Actually, it should equal out because they will have less laps, so they won't have. They'll take about the same amount of fuel, honestly, when it comes down to time.
I wasn't being a smart aleck either when I was sitting there thinking about it. I was trying to figure out which way would be quicker. As Zimmerman's going down right now.
I was thinking if they had to take full fuel, but they won't have to take full fuel here. Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Jason Day also gets ahead of the leaders. That's going to help him out. I guess it's all going to matter. See if Zimmy can get out before Chris Carroll does.
Now, Chris Carroll took 2 tires, so that equated to about a 13, 14-second stop. Zimmy's taking tires.
Chris Carroll's in turn 3 right now. Zimmerman's still on pit road, so I think when this cycle's out, Chris will still be
Oh, my goodness.
leader.
Look at the gaggle of cars coming down. This ain't Kansas or Atlanta or Talladega. This is a hard pit road to hit here, boys and girls. You get 4 of them coming green flag conditions. That is scary. You got to slow the car down. It looks like the 35 miles per hour, Kyle.
Yep, that is pit road speed, 35. Actually, yep, 35, I believe.
It'd be quicker with this being a cup track, I thought.
Oh, let me go double check real quick. Who we got on pit road? Zach Murphy.
As that actually surrendered the lead to Anthony Rennick and Lucky Dog. So, whenever they come down, Rennick's running the lead already, but he's gotten a slow start to get down there. I don't know why.
I went back and looked. Oh, Alex C. Harris loose off pit road. I went back and looked. Pit speed is actually 45.
45, so I don't know why SDK is never correct with the miles per hour. It never has been. I've never ever once said a number and somebody else be like, yeah, that's what it was. As right now, Lucky Dog, he's leading the train around, boys and girls. If he gets a timely yellow right here, he's going to have some happy people. I'm going to be happy for him for sure.
Man, I tell you what, Chris must have had a great pit stop because he tripled his lead on Jason Day.
As you know what, sitting here looking at it, it looks like it was basically just time spent on pit road. Not necessarily in the box, but on pit road. They had a faster pit stop than Chris Carroll did, but Chris Carroll beat him. He spent almost 2.5 seconds less on pit road than Jason Day did. I guess he was maximizing the timing lines or something. I'm not sure, but had a great stop. It was actually a slow stop compared to everybody else on this list. But he was
looking at chat here. Chance Sapp says that his headset died. Said the plug-in wasn't plugged in.
Yep.
That's unfortunate. I've had those issues before. It is very challenging and not fun to race a race car without any sound. Because in real life it'd probably be a little bit easier because you can feel it.
You got some of your senses, right? Your other senses would heighten up a little.
Here, the only sense you really got is force feedback in the wheel, but that's not going to tell you throttle or throttle control. Oh, is that Jeffrey Miller up on the wall trying to stay out of their way?
Oh, Jeffrey Miller's leading this thing right now, Hoss Dog.
Is he? Oh, it must have been Chris Smith. Their cars look
They do. They're close.
almost exactly alike from the aerial view.
So, yeah. Oh, Lucky Dog is leading this son gun. 24 laps to go.
as he comes over the radio and says, "I'm just out here getting me some TV time tonight."
Yes, sir.
He's gonna let Chris by here. It looks
Oh,
like.
wreck him, lucky dog. Come on. Don't just be in the show, be the show. As lucky dog
That's.
getting him some much earned TV time, brother.
It's good to see him out here again this year. Glad he can get some TV time with some lap sled.
Yeah, he led quite a few of them actually. As
He even has a 0x. That could be more bonus
he's
points for
tight.
him tonight.
Tight. He got really tight there, folks. The plowing, you saw it. He cranked that
Ooh.
wheel. He ran out of wheel. He was turning it so much and just could not get the car to rotate.
I tell you what, though, Zimmerman has reeled in Jason Day, and they've even kind of reeled in a little bit on Chris Carroll, but
I don't think they're catching Chris. I don't think so.
he's probably just saving, but it's going to be a good battle for second here.
He's playing cat and mouse with him. I think your battle is, I think you hit it on the nail on the head. Right here between these 4 or 5 cars. Because Daniel Sweat's right there in the mix as well, and he's been really quiet tonight. I haven't had to say his name a lot, and that's usually a good thing. If the announcers ain't saying your name constantly, you ain't doing dumb stuff.
This is Chris Carroll's second race in this series, so he's pretty far behind on points, so the real point battle is 2nd through 6th right now.
Absolutely. And I'm going to pull up some stats on Chris Carroll and Crooked Line Racing. He has some crazy stats.
I think the only person better than him in wins is Brian Zimmerman, honestly.
No, Jimmy don't have him. Not yet. Jimmy may catch him eventually. Jimmy has 38, I believe. I got to make him a 40-win graphic pretty soon. Chris Carroll, he has 170 Crooked Line Racing starts.
Oh, wow. I mean, hey, we have a whole rule made because of him, so.
Bingo. He has 53 race wins out of 170 starts. He has a win percentage of 32 freaking percent, brother.
Man, I better start stepping up my game. I think I got like 3 Crooked Line wins.
I got like 11, I think. But not many have come since this 99 showed up, as you can tell. So what an animal, dude. What an animal. The winningest Crooked Line Racing driver. Mr. Chris Carroll right here. Big Ugly, as I call him. Get his car off there. Y'all can see how ugly he actually is.
We got good battle shaping up here for 4th, it looks like. And
those two are definitely, or that pack's definitely catching Chris. And they're catching him actually at a pretty quick rate. 2/10 a turn right there. I think Chris is in fuel save mode. Not saving fuel. Unless he just
need to.
He shouldn't, right? But he was the first one to pit. But
I think he's just riding right now, keeping his car clean. He's got a big enough lead. He doesn't really got to push it.
Maybe playing a little cat and mouse there.
Yeah, just a little bit. We got caution on the track. Looks like Caleb B. Thompson.
What happened to the 04?
Looks like it might have been a self-spin.
Now, if he goes in and takes 4 tires, I'm going to call a little fishiness here.
It looks like he just hammered down on exit and lost it and couldn't get it saved.
Let's see if the 04 goes pits here. Or the 29. If he goes pits for 4, I'm going to crack up laughing, bro. See what he does. Also not accusing him either. But I'm just saying I've definitely done that before. Wellman, have you ever brought out a caution on purpose? Don't lie. Muted. So you can't tell me. I don't think he actually did because he's not going down pit road. Yeah. Now, Chris Carroll did not, I repeat, did not want to see that yellow flag there. All right. It's going to be a very, very important choose cone right here. Very important choose cone. We'll wait for Kyle to give us the word. As Chris Carroll had almost a 2-second lead, evaporated. It's gone. Gonna have a hard charging Jason Day right there on his heels. As while we're under this brief moment of caution, let's see if we can pull up Jason Day's line racing stats. He has 164 starts, 38 DNFs, so a lot of times getting wrecked out. But has 13 race wins, 72 top fives, 111 top tens.
All right, they're going to be choosing this time by.
That's Jason Day's last win. It came April 10th of 2023. He has not won at New Hampshire in the CLR series in the super late model. He's won here the tour mod. As you said, they're choosing this time at the line. Wellman?
Can you hear me?
I can now. You said they're choosing this time by?
Yep, this time by.
Or?
Carroll to the outside, Jason Day to the inside. Oh, a lot of takers for the outside.
A lot. And I'm surprised by that.
Only 4 to the inside.
Man, I am actually shocked by that because if you're one of them guys like Caleb B. Thompson, you could have jumped some spots there after bringing up the yellow. Well, no, I guess he got the yellow, didn't he?
How about Larry Bell on all those spots gained, though?
Yep.
Like he'll be starting
5th.
I tell you what, we're going to go green with about 12, 13 laps left. This is business is going to pick up.
That's what Jim Ross used to say every time Stone Cold came out. Business is getting ready to pick up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir. The man, the myth, the legend.
I was more of a WCW kid, though. If I'm
How
being
about
honest.
Chris played a little game? He's all the way up by the wall.
Ed Games. Got to play chess out here.
There
Oh,
we
and that
go.
cost him. He spun the tires big time right there on the start. Don't hurt him terrible, though. That may allow Zimmerman to get to the outside of 52. It does. 52 did not get the launch he needed here. As Carroll, though, a big spin out of the 99. Tried to go early. Was up there in the marbles, I believe. As
How
Jason
about
Day
Zimmy taking over second?
wrestled it away the hard way, too. Right there on the outside. You're seeing guys shuffle everywhere, trying to get a little bit of clean air on the nose, but trying to also get the power down here on the exit. Alex C. Harris. It's been an up and down night for the 74. He's been up, he's been down. He's going to try to end it on an up, maybe get a podium finish, working on that would-be teammate, Jason Day, right in front of him.
I tell you what, talked about earlier, Brody Mears making that pit stop early and possibly getting tires. He's back
Look at
on the lead
him.
lap, and he's up to 7th,
Oh, my
making big
goodness.
moves.
Big moves out of the young gun, the 72. Now to the inside of the 43. This is the battle for P6 right now. And he's getting really
Tokyo
loose.
drifting it. Oh, man, they're going to be
Daniel
3 wide
Sweat
here.
to the inside. Sweat, a veteran, thinks better of it. Evil
I tell you
Knievel
what.
backed out right then. He actually backed out.
Tell you what, that was great awareness by Sweat and Zach Murphy not to drive into the back of Larry Bell or Brody there. That was very impressive. Zimmy is all over the back bumper of Chris Carroll, seeing what he can do.
Talking about stats, this is Brian Zimmerman's 200th CLR start, Kyle. This is his 200th race, and he's going to the inside of 99. He has 36 race wins, looking for number 37 here tonight. As I did not know that. The 200th start for Mr. Brian Zimmerman. Wouldn't that be something to win race 200, Kyle?
That'd be awesome. He's definitely showing some strength on entry here. Chris has got him a little bit on exit, but I wonder if maybe, just maybe, Zimmy's just showing that inside line, getting Chris used to it, and then the last couple laps, he just shoots to the outside. Oh, we got a caution, Larry Bell.
No. Go back and see what happened. Oh, in the wall. Cannot get off the wall. It's killing his momentum and nowhere for Sweat to go. Tough break for Sweat because he was actually having a pretty good race going.
Yeah, just no reaction time.
Had
for
no
Daniel Sweat.
chance really to stay off of him. I'm gonna bring Zimmerman up really quick, Kyle.
All right, I'm gonna go do race control.
Mr. Brian Zimmerman, you're back up in the TSP booth. You got a copy.
I got you, bud. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing great, brother, and I know you are too. Started in the back. He was not very hopeful and optimistic that you would get up to the front. Well, you're here, and I just found out this is your 200th CLR race. How's the car?
200.
How's the car feeling, brother? Do we have something for Chris Carroll?
He's going to have to make a mistake. It's just too equal out here. He's fast. We've got some speed left, but I don't know if we've got enough to get around him. I got enough to get to him, but I'd have enough to get around him? I don't think so. Chris is too good, but we're definitely going to give it a shot.
Are we?
Choose cone's going to play a big part in it. We're going to see what we're going to do on this choose cone here.
I'm interested here. Do you have what you're going to do in mind yet?
I do.
All right, we'll
I'll
be
save
watching.
it, but you can watch it.
Yeah, we'll be watching. My thing is, Zimmy, I'm going to say this. 7 laps to go. I want that front row if it's given to me. And then we're going to let the cards fly where they fly after that.
I agree with that.
Good luck, brother.
Well, we're having a good time. Track's racing really well. It's been a lot of fun. A lot of sliding, a lot of slip and sliding, a lot of self-clearing, but it's been a lot of fun.
I was shocked, actually. I was shocked at how good this race has actually been. So go give him some hell, Zimmy. 200 start, brother. Good luck.
Sounds good, buddy.
One of my favorites to talk to. One of my best friends in the series. I tell him he is probably my best friend in the series. Him, Chris Carroll, Larry Bell. Kyle, we'll count him too. They hear all the highs and lows that come with Tanner Martin. I want to appreciate them for that. They have been with me. Heck, we just said 200 starts for Brian Zimmerman. He's rode with CLR, and he'll probably die with CLR. He's super loyal, and we're super pumped to have people like him. Zach Murphy, Jason Day. I could name everybody, honestly. Brandon Metler, been here just as long as I've been. Shout out to them guys. We are 12 seasons here at Crooked Line Racing. Blaine, if you're watching, boy, after this, I'm going to smack you on some Rocket League.
All right.
Last thing, we have Kyle back in the booth on this time.
Yep, this time by.
And I know my neighbor's normally watching this. He's a little 16-year-old kid. He acts about 12, right? He likes playing Rocket League. He beats me all the time, but I talk a little
like
trash
Rocket
to
League.
him.
I played a little bit of Rumble a little bit ago, right before we hopped on here.
Play Rumble, drop shot.
Ooh, Zimmy taking the inside.
Yep, we talked to him. He said he had something up his sleeves. Didn't want to outright tell me, but he basically outright told me he wanted that front row.
Don't blame him. If he can get a good start and maybe hold Chris Carroll up on the high side, get him in the marbles, he might be able to cut his car down and get going if he gets a good start here. That's what I would do.
It's all about this launch.
Yeah, it's only going to be about 3 laps.
And it's going to feel like one. I can promise you that.
Once again, only 4 cars take the inside. Caleb B. Thompson making a recovery back up to 5th place after spinning.
So the choose cone can be race saving for him. I mean, that shows just how major the choose cone is. Larry Bell takes the inside roll again. Try to gain a few rows. It's all about to start for Brian Zimmerman. Pace car is going to make the hard left-hand turn back to pit road.
Zimmy's got to get right on his door so he can hear it go. Gets a decent start.
I don't believe it's a start he needed unless he's to the inside of 99. He's got to drive off in there deep here, Kyle.
I think he's got to get up against that wall on the start there. Now he's just going to slide up, and he's not going to have the run.
Ooh, Jason Day, Zach Murphy, Brandon Metler, throw a blanket over them. That was 3 cars and a spot big enough for maybe 1.5. They make it work. But now these two, they met as foes, the 29 and 52. They have become friendly over time. But man, oh man, there was a time where these two could not get away from each other. Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch type of deal. When the 52 and the 29. A lot of respect between them. Oh, a little bit of fender bender right there.
Yeah, they're touching a little bit.
Oh, and Murphy.
Oh, Mettler.
Day got in the back of. Oh, Day is still wrecking. Day got into the back of Murphy. I think Mettler finished him. Yeah, Day had to check up to stay off of Mettler, or to stay off of Zach Murphy, excuse me, the 29. Leaving nowhere for Mettler to go that basically threw him. Tough break for Maple Leaf Muscle.
That's a hard one to call, honestly, because
Checks up for Zach, right? Stays off Zach.
yeah. At the same time, yeah, I just might have to be a racing deal, honestly. Mettler didn't really have a choice. Even if he checks up, they're still hitting each other.
I agree. I'm glad I'm not race control in a situation like that, 'cause I don't want to play ball with that one. We don't envy your spot right now, Mr. Wild Man.
Yeah, after reviewing, it looks like Mettler's completely off the gas. He couldn't do anything. All right.
As Mr. Bam Racing Videos, you're live in the booth, got copy.
I got you.
So we called it. Looks like almost Day got in the back of Murphy, had to check up, then leaving nowhere for you to go. What'd you see out your windshield there, brother?
Oh, I saw a whole bunch of Jason Day's bumpers. What I saw. Zach was obviously pushing the issue there late in the race, and he was kind of pushing Jason up on the track and entry, trying to get that preferred line. And Jason wasn't getting an inch. Like I said, no fault to either one of them. Just hard racing towards the end of a race, and I know Jason got crossed up and Zach got checked up. And like I said, I saw all Jason Day bumper. I couldn't see Zach at all. And by the time I got into Jason, it was all over. And just sucks to have a teammate in front of me and be that close to him that late in the race, situational kind of thing. But
talked about it last night. Teammates, how do you race them, man? Like it.
Yeah.
They're good to have, but man, they're a detriment to have. Mettler, you're currently going to be fourth right here. Got the choose cone coming up. How you like your chance to get up there and maybe get you a podium spot?
Well, we've been talking about the low line I've been choosing for a side job, going to one every single lap like I did in practice. Practice it a lot, and I know where to hit it, where to hit the brakes, all that kind of stuff. So I'm taking low here no matter what, and we're going to see what happens.
Nice. And now you've been the only driver venturing off below the yellow line. Like you're going lower than low, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like UPS is getting ready to be on its way. FedEx is coming. Good luck, brother.
Appreciate you.
Mr. Brandon Mettler, Bam Racing Video, 5 King Motorsports teammate. And back down there with his race team.
We're choosing this time by.
Oh, yeah. I suck at my job. Let me get... Oh, no, not that one.
This will be a green, white, checkered.
So we're choosing this time by. I ain't missed it yet, have I?
Yep. Nope, not yet. Coming to it right now.
On this time by. Mettler said he was going low regardless.
I don't. Oh, Zimmy goes high.
Whoa.
I wonder if he learned something on the last restart. Maybe he'll be able to stick right to the bumper.
Think he wants to be able to see the leader this time. I do think that.
Yeah.
That's going to allow Zach Murphy to go inside row number 1. And Murphy's going to get up on that wheel. We heard it from Mettler right then in his interview. He said Murphy, he's going for it right now.
Yeah, if I'm Zimmy, I'm going to lay back right where he is right now. But as soon as you come out of 4, right before Chris starts, you get right on that bumper and almost kind of force him to go. I've learned that tactic. If you just get right on their bumper and push them a mile an hour over their speed limit, they're forced to go, and you can time it out perfect and stay right on their bumper. Zimmy's very conservative on restarts, though. Always has been, always will be. And it looks like he's going to give a little bit of room here. Oh, he's getting on his bumper now. He's right on it, pushing him.
It actually hurt Zimmy. I think Zimmy got into him, had to get him the binders, and Carroll went there.
Yep. That might give Zach Murphy a chance to clear him here. Zimmy stays on his door, though.
He's right there close to him. Now, Zimmy's going to get the run here. It looks like it's all Carroll for the race lead. But this battle for second going to heat up. Oh, Zimmy got the car really loose. That's going to open the door now for Brandon Mettler. Will he drive it up in there? Oh, Ford is driving to the back of Zimmy. Zimmy saves it somehow. Because I don't know about
Zimmy's
that.
going to have a big run right here. They're going to get the white flag.
White flag's in the air. Chris Carroll one more time around. As Zimmerman almost got turned
Brody
there.
Mears throwing it in there.
Brody might turn him too. Holy cow. Back up front though with Chris Carroll one more time down the backstretch.
I expect Alex to throw it in on Brody right here. He does. They're going to run each other down to the grass almost.
This is the battle for 5th.
Oh, some bumping and banging in the back.
I don't know what happened there. As happened back.
Looked like Caleb B just got into the back of Daniel a little bit. Got him a little loose.
Caleb had a quote of that lap. He said, I didn't get you the first time. Didn't cause the first wreck because Jimmy saved it. Try again. Let's see what happened here for Far Chase. Was it egregious or not?
I think it's just racing incident. Just dooring a little bit. Got a little wild there. Caleb did come over here and said he's letting off and letting Sweat by because he didn't want to wreck him doing that.
Heads up. Good move there out of Caleb B. Thompson.
Yeah, very respectful.
Mr. Christopher Big Ugly Carroll brings home another one. Zach Murphy brought it home P2.
Oh, Alex wrecking on pit road after the race.
See what happened. Let's see if it's penalty worthy. I'm looking for him.
From the aerial view, it just looks like a downshift, maybe.
I'm not exactly sure. Let's see if we can talk to some drivers here. Brandon Mettler brought the car home P3. We just talked to him. Now we get to talk to him again. As I feel like he's not going to be thrilled with how the end of that happened. We still got the car up at P3. Brandon Mettler, live in the booth. Got a copy?
I got you.
So we just talked to you. It took Demi almost getting turned, and you just driving it in till you saw Jesus. Got up there, got the podium. Talk with that final restart, brother.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, last restart was Murphy and Day there. Obviously, everybody's going to race hard, trying to get that preferred line going around the corner. It really just depended what kind of restart, what lane everybody's going to choose, and coming down to that white flag or somewhere around there, I heard Caleb Thompson slam the wall going into turn 3 behind me. So I knew he was going in pretty hot, and he's going to be pretty upset going into the corner. And like I said, don't know exactly what happened, but I just knew I had to hit my line, take a little bit lower, get what I can get. And I think he got into Zimmy, I would assume, and which obviously gave me the head start there. So, all in all, I'll take P3. Like I said, I wish Jason Day was up here probably in front of me in P2 or P1, but we'll take it.
And still a successful night out of you, bringing the car home third. You had one lap left, so got some bonus points there, and only had a 4X. So, going to walk away with some good points here. So just put Mettler, who we got to thank for the loss.
Yeah, for sure. Got to thank Bane Racing Videos, YouTube and Facebook. Finally got able to start for his new season on the YouTube channel, and pretty good weekend so far with a race on Saturday and on Sunday. So looking forward to keeping that up here this season. Got to thank 5 Kings Motorsports over, sponsors and teammates over there, all the admins for the league, and for you guys for obviously not doing race control and broadcasting, but like I said, giving that hard weekend and giving in that hard work week in, week out. I'll get it out eventually.
Yeah, easy for you to say, huh? Yeah.
We've been at this thing for almost 4 years now, Tanner, if you can believe that.
I know.
So
I was talking about it. That's crazy you mentioned that because I was talking about that during the race. I looked
almost 4 years to the day, I think.
Demi has done 200 starts. I'm almost blown away by that, but then I kind of want to go look at our starts. Yeah, I mean,
well, come on.
Well, you know what? I can do that real quick. Hold on, let's see.
I just want to remind everybody while I'm here that I was the first ever champion for Super Air Miles Crooked Line Racing. And
You have 280 starts.
Ain't too shabby.
Shabby, not bad. Only 12 DNF. So good job, Mettler. Congratulations on the podium, brother.
Yep, appreciate you guys.
Sure. All right, let's see if we can talk to the guy. I know he's gonna make the joke about it, so I'm gonna go ahead and joke about it as soon as I get him in here. The bridesmaid. I'll let you interview the bridesmaid, Mr. Kyle, the Wild Man Wellman.
Oh, Zach Murphy, second place again tonight. One heck of a run though. Had a few beating and banging there in the back. Even got loose and almost looped it around at one point, but you made one heck of a recovery back up to second. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's a pretty solid run. Definitely an eventful night. Put it in the wall by myself and spun in front of the field, and then had a bunch of damage, got fixed, and yeah, was able to work back up to second. So feels pretty good to bring it home second. I hate that I was just watching it back. A little contact with Day at the end there kind of ruined his night. It seemed like I kind of might have pushed up in front of him, and then he got into me there. But definitely apologize to him on that. And but happy to bring it home second.
Heck yeah. Your pit crew might need a raise because they not only fixed it, they repainted it too. So
It looks good. I was wondering
yeah,
about
it
the
looks real
damage.
good.
I was wondering, was the damage affecting the handling?
I think it was. I mean, I got it all repaired. I got all the option repaired. It seemed to going all right. I mean, it was
Yeah,
hard to pass tonight. It was really hard to hold the bottom. So you really
we,
had to shoot it in there if you wanted to make something happen.
we might have to stop giving you guys these big tracks and start going to the bull rings again, so you don't have time to repaint these cars in the pit road. But great recovery, great finish. That'll really help you out in points. Who do you got to sing on that car tonight?
Oh yeah, well thank my buddy Shop Whitney Automotive coming on board. Thank Caleb down at Race Room 3. Thank you guys over at TSP for a great broadcast, and everybody at Crooked Line that puts this thing on.
Right on, boss. Congratulations on your P2. Head to Phoenix next week. I know we'll be talking to you there, I'm sure.
All right, bud. Take care.
Then there was
There was one.
There was one left. So ugly. I hate to even interview him because he is ugly, but he's an ugly, fast person. Big ugly. You're live in the booth, Kakabi.
Well, you make me feel like I'm good looking, Tanner Mar, so I'm ready for the interview.
Brother, you have a 32% win percentage in CLR. How crazy is that?
It's not good enough. That means I win more than I lose more than I win. That's not
shut
very
up.
good.
Shut up. I'll kill you. That's pretty impressive. 32%, yeah. And then watching you drift the car here for your celebration. Talk to me about New Hampshire tonight, brother. What'd you find out? You found something late because they couldn't touch you.
Well, man, it was a tough track to drive, man. It was tight in, loose off, and I kind of found a groove up high when the tires were out that I liked. I tried it out a couple of times in practice, and then I got a little bit of a lead, and like, well, I'm gonna try it up here, and it felt really good. It felt really good on the tires. Felt really good getting to the throttle. I got a huge run down the front stretch, so I just stayed there. And when the tires were new, I think they probably had enough grip to dig down there, so I didn't do it. But once I got the lead again, I tried it, and I kind of broke even with them. So it was a tough track, Tanner. It was really hard to get to the throttle tonight. There's probably a lot of guys I'm thinking spun out off of the corners.
I could tell Wellman touched on it. It was around like lap 20, 25, around that area. He noticed that you were running high. Nobody else did it. As the race went on, they started to do it. But what made you go up there so early in the race to even find that group? Because you were up in the marbles at some point.
Yeah, Mettler was down there fooling around on the bottom in practice, and I went to the top, and it just felt good. It felt like I wasn't really scrubbing too much tire off, and the grip on exit is where it was at, because as the run went on, it felt like I couldn't get to the throttle, and I'm like, well, if I can get pointed earlier and get on the throttle earlier, maybe I'll make up some time, and that's kind of what happened. You can just get to the throttle much earlier and get pointed straighter off the corner, so you got a big run. That's why I did it. It just felt better up there turning the corner. It just felt like I could carry so much more speed on exit that I didn't lose time.
Right. Watching it from the bird's eye view, it would look like you would lose a little bit on entry, but then you would multiply that on exit. Just being
Yeah,
that
that's
much
what it felt
quicker.
like. Yeah, I felt like that, and like I just went up there when I think I had a second lead on Jay there, and I tried it, and I was like, man, I'm not losing any ground, and then started gaining ground, and it seemed like every lap that went by, I was gaining. So I figured it wasn't so hard on the right rear tire. I just figured I'd go up there and try it out, and she stuck. So it felt really good up there. There's a lot of grip.
Well, it worked out for you. Brought home another race win here in CLR. 32% win. Who we got to thank for the night?
I always got to thank you, man. You're the guy that dragged me into all these leagues and all this stuff we do. You're the guy that gives us the platform to do this, right? I mean, I know how tough it is for you, so I may appreciate that, man. From the bottom of my heart, I really do. It's, you're always here for the drivers, and we're hoping all the drivers are always here for you. That's what we gotta get back. But gotta thank USA Firearms and Brian Zimmerman and all my teammates out there. Zimmy, I think he got hooked at the end there, but
He did.
Yeah, he was
got ran
running
over a
good. I
little
was
bit.
afraid he's gonna come get me, but I always got to thank him, Larry Bell, and all those guys out there racing with us, Alex and Jason Day ran me really clean tonight. That was really fun racing with him. He was fast. So, all my friends and family, everybody who watches, and everyone who supports you guys, Tanner.
Right on, boss. Well, thank you for that, Carol. You picked up race win number 54 tonight, buddy. Congratulations.
Thanks, sir. It's just fun to be back in this sim. I don't get to do it all the time now.
Right on, brother. Well, congratulations, my bud.
Thanks, sir.
Another race win for Mr. Big Ugly. Hell of a night for the 99. Mr. Kyle, the Wildman Wellman, I'm going to pull up the results tabs. I'm going to ask you final thoughts for here at New Hampshire.
Just great racing again this week. Only had 5 cautions. I think our average cautions right now is right around 5 or 6 for every race. So we've had a couple races with only 1 caution. So these guys are doing really good at these big tracks. I think he said we go to Phoenix next week, another big track. That track will be very fun to watch with that dog leg and how these cars react taking that dog leg. So might be a little jealous. I'm not racing that one, but it's going to be an entertaining one, and I think that might be
Super Lates that are
probably.
wild there. They are wild there.
I think it might be the best race of the year. I'm going to call it now.
It has a making. So we have had a string of big tracks, right? After Phoenix, we head to the paperclip, Martinsville. Then we're going to North Wilkesboro, New Smyrna. We got some small tracks coming up. I see Hickory on the schedule, Slinger on the schedule. So folks, it's been a fun one each and every Monday night. We'll be back here, like Kyle said, next week. We're heading to Phoenix. So out in the desert, out west, we'll be here live on True Sim Productions. Kyle, thank you for stepping in the booth and doing race control as always. Until next time, folks, we'll see ya.
Ka-chow.
I was waiting for it.
Every time.